when it is you have to pull, which can go wrong sometimes. So I've developed it to that. But you'll know what gear rings to that. No, they'll be placed by numbers.
Okay, yeah.
And effectively, the thing to remember about this, it's 400 plus bhp. So there's a lot of power and it's pretty instant. So you're going to be progressive with the throttle out of corners, progressive with the brakes going in. Now we've managed to get the best part of the day. All the crap weather's disappeared and left with nice sunny stuff. But it's still windy out there. And this is quite a light car. Being as we're in a Ferrari, I've put my shades on. So also, if you've got your shades, put them on. You've got to look cool in an Italian Ferrari. Now we could go the old hog and take the roof down, which is nice, but it's a bit windy. Might prove difficult. There you go. Yes. No, that's it. Now the camera people on the other side there going, oh my god. But they don't know how it is to be in a Ferrari. Keep your right foot on the brake. Pull that right lever. And now we're into first. And gently away we go, making sure we're clear from left, which we are at the moment. So keep going. Yeah, it's all clear. Away we go. Bit more throttle, keep her going, and up into second. Bit more throttle, keep her going, and up into third gear. Little bit more power. Oh, hello, someone's had a cone away with them. That'll be one of our boys, it's got a number on it. Bit more throttle, keep her going. Bit more throttle, up into fourth gear. Keep the power going, middle of the circuit. Now she's talking. Deep in towards the left hand side, towards the yellow cone. On the brakes, leading it fourth. Progressive braking, because they've got very good brakes. Bit more braking. Off the brakes, then turning the red cone in towards the yellow. Towards the right, towards the next red. Turning again, smoothing towards the yellow. Squeeze on the throttle, a little bit more power. Keep going towards the next red cone. Turning towards the yellow on the right. Ease car out towards the green, bit more throttle, harder the power. It's fifth gear, right lever. A bit more progressive than that, you're a bit heavy on it. You can see he goes when he wants to. Raise the brakes gently. Off the brakes, start progressively turning in from here. Deep in towards the yellow. Back on that power a little bit. Keep the momentum going, a little bit more throttle. That's it, keep your foot still there when the car's sat down, pulling through the corner, so we'll avoid lifting off or braking or anything, because it'll go through here with no problems whatsoever.
Sound relief.
Clip and the car drift out. I thought you were going to say maybe the car won't, but I might. I go towards the left hand side all the way across. Further towards the left hand side, ease it across, gently across, because it's very pointy, it'll go there. On the brakes. Off the brakes, turn in, a bit more power, he knows we're there, he's letting us through, which is a bit weird, but there you go. Squeeze on that throttle out towards the green cone. That's the right. Sixth gear, right lever. Going to do the Porsche there with consummate ease. Ease over towards the left hand side, towards the cone, aim towards the yellow cone, on the brakes. Down the gears to fifth, stay on the brakes and you change. Harder brake, harder brake, harder brake. Fourth gear, not third. We're in third at the moment, turn in, deep in, you kind of flicked it too quickly. It's not PlayStation.
No.
Deep in, back on the power, squeeze on the throttle. Ease over towards left hand side, a little bit more throttle, squeeze on the power. Back to fourth gear, right lever. And up into fifth gear, right lever. Middle brakes, back to 3000 RPM for this one corner, because you can surprise people out the pit lane. And back on the power again a little bit, we now can see it's clear, so back on that power again. Centre seam in the middle of the road. Centre, that's not the middle, this is though, there you go. Now deep in towards the yellow on the left hand side. On the brakes, fourth gear, left lever. Harder brake, harder brake, harder brake, leave it fourth. Off the brakes, turn in, deep in, back on the power, squeeze on throttle. A bit more power, keep it going. And the hell, how do you end up there? Towards the yellow, back on the power, squeeze on the throttle. Oh, it's in, okay. Deep in towards the yellow, smoothly in, back on the power now, squeeze on the throttle out towards the green. Further over, into fifth gear, right lever. In towards the yellow, red cone on the right. Bit deeper, wait for it. Now turn in, back on the balance power, deeper in towards the yellow, keep your foot still on throttle. Keep it there. Progressively turning in, back on that balance power, look through the corner towards the yellow cone. Because as you go quicker, it's very easy to start staring at the floor 2 feet in front of you. Back over towards left, so further down the road, he slows everything off, also gives you more of an opportunity where to put the car. Keep the power going, a bit more throttle, ease over towards the left. on the brakes, take some speed off the brakes, turn in towards yellow, a bit more power, keep the balance throttle there, keep it there. Now start to squeeze on the power, out towards the green cone. 6 gear right lever, that's it. Ease across around this lane here, that's it. Follow this little line on the floor. That's the one. No yellow cone here, Clip, aim for yellow on the right, on the brakes. 5th gear first, stay on those brakes, harder brake, 4th gear, progressive braking, 4th gear, left lever. That's it, 3rd blue turn in. When you go to change, you don't come off the brakes, we're still slowing the car off. As soon as you come off the brakes, the car, you can feel the nose lift a little bit and it lurches forward. Keep power going, a little bit more throttle. A little bit more power. 5th gear. Ease off the revs, back to 3000 RPM, just along here. Turning her in back on that balance power. Squeeze on the throttle now again, that's it, on that gas. Into 5th gear, right lever, that's it, keep it going. He hasn't seen us at all, but he might have done, keep going. Now, the longer we stay out of the way, he's going to think of coming over. On the brakes hard, 4th gear, left lever. Harder brake, harder brake, harder brake, off the brakes, turning deep in, back on the power, squeeze on the throttle. Another one, yeah, the president's mind to hit the brakes there. Back at the power, squeeze on that throttle. That's it, turn her in. Squeeze the throttle now, let the car drift, a bit more throttle, harder on the power. Up into 5th gear, right lever, that's it. Ease over towards the right hand side, stay behind the Porsche, but not too close. You never know what they're going to do. Back on the balance power a little bit, late turn in, a bit more throttle, the instruction spotter and let us through at some opportune moment, but not yet. We're going to stay behind him for now, because we've got launch now, be alongside each other when it gets narrow. Back on that balance power, in towards the yellow, on the throttle a bit now, go on, squeeze it on, let's do him on the right. Leave it in 5th, you won't need 6th at all, I know you feel like you want to. Ease off the revs a little bit, just keep it all smooth. On the brake a little bit, not a lot, as it off the brakes, turn in deep in towards yellow. On that power now, squeeze on the throttle, gently squeeze it on out towards the green cone. 6th gear right lever. Yellow cone left, stay behind the Ferrari, on the brakes. Aim to the yellow, stick to your line but don't overtake it. Coming down the gears, stay on those brakes as you change, down to 4th. It's going to be important to have that nose down. 3rd blue after the red, turning in, back in the power, squeeze a little bit more throttle again, keep it there. He collared the curve, we managed to avoid it. Back on the power, hello, what's his line? That was a crap one from him. And we followed him. Keep the power prepared. He's not likely to let us through on the straight unless he's prepared to hit the brakes. Leave it in 4th for now, which tells us he's doing too much at the moment. 5th gear, keep it there. Ease over towards the yellow, on the brakes hard, 4th gear, harder brake, harder brake, harder brake, harder brake, off the brakes, turn in, nose in, balance the power. That's it, towards the right, keep your foot still, don't lift off, keep it there, just turn it in, keep your foot still, keeps the car neutral, a bit more throttle now, balance the power there, keep it there, keep it there, don't let it drift, we'll just watch it for damp bits. 5th gear, right lever, go on, keep it going, that's it, turning it towards the right hand side, towards the middle, turn it in, deep in towards the yellow, back in the balance power, keep your foot still. Red cone, keep your balance power there, you got a little bit early. Yeah. Let's get it back again. Now you can sit it on the gas. On the throttle, let the car drift over to the left hand side, a bit more throttle, hard on the power. On the brakes, brake, brake. Off the brakes, turning deep in, back on the power. Don't start thinking, right, I'll catch him. So you're trying to go too quick in the corner there. On the gas now, squeeze hard the throttle. Keep it going. 6th gear, right lever. Drove towards the yellow cone. On the brakes, good and hard braking. 5th gear, hard brake. Down to 4th. Off the brakes, back on the balance power. 3rd blue, turning her in. And this time, I'm going to be easing off and back into the pits on the right hand side. All that was 4 quick laps.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't it?
Oh.
Let's get it down to 2nd gear.
Yeah,
but as soon as you relax, you go back into what you know, or you mostly do.